the Woven Almanac Podcast. My podcast is a crafty roundup of all the things I have been doing since the last time I filmed a podcast, and what I've bought, what I've been gifted, what I'm planning to do, what I've finished, etc, etc. Most of the crafts revolve around knitting, crochet, sewing, miniatures. I've got a very old dollhouse, and I'm always tinkering with miniature things. The new thing, I've recently got back into diamond painting or diamond dots, but I turn my hand to anything. I paint, I make jewellery, I dye yarn, I paint furniture, and I'm sat in my craft room here in the house, which is based in the Netherlands. If it is your first time stopping by, I'm from Manchester, which is the northwest of England, but for nearly 24 years I've been living in the Netherlands, not far from Amsterdam. And I'm also very fortunate that I have my own studio in my local art centre, which is literally a 5-10 minute walk from the house, and I tend to do messy and bigger projects in the studio. Okay, first, before we get into all the admin-y stuff, I really want to apologise. If you're a regular and you've been wondering where I am, I'm very sorry. I had a look when I last did a podcast, and it was March. And the format of the podcast is I'll do the admin-y stuff, where to find me, etc. Life update, and then we'll jump into the crafts. And I'll put links, or if not links, textual information in the description box below. And I'll also put timestamps, because if you're not into, for example, crocheting, you can flick forward or backwards to whatever craft you're interested in. So yes, okay, admin. So you can also find me in another place in the world of YouTube. I have a vlog. I film a little snippet of my life every day, and then every Sunday morning, Central European time, I upload a vlog, and it's, you know, everything I get up to. It's just daily stuff. There's always a smattering of crafty chat in it, because if I'm working on something at the time, of course I'm going to, you know, reference it or talk about it or show you if I bought something. We have a little sailing boat, a motorboat, so I like to film a lot of things with that. So yeah, that is Dawn's Days. That's my vlog channel, link below. As I said, you can find me on Instagram with @Dawn's Days, and my Instagram account is mainly crafting. Occasionally there'll be, you know, a photo of something personal to life, you know, like a milestone or a day trip or something, but I think 95% of what's on my Instagram is my crafting. So if you really want to see what I'm up to regularly, I think Instagram's the best place. And then I also host a very small, very slow growing Facebook group, because I'm sorry, I'm so slack with it. I go through these periods where I put a lot of effort into it, and then it peters out, and I don't know, I could do with somebody, you know, who's enthusiastic to help me you know, be an admin or moderate that, and just let's drum up, you know, a bit of a safe space in the community. It's a lovely group. A lot of you guys who watch the podcast or my vlog are members. So that's Crafty World 1. Again, there's a link below. And did I mention it's episode 29? I think I did. I'm just going to explain something. I have filmed this podcast. I sat here for a whole hour 2 days ago, and I waffled from start to finish without any breaks, and I really enjoyed it. I forgot some things, or over waffled about other things, but on the whole, it was like, okay, I'm back in the saddle now. I feel like I'm, you know, on it. I love talking to you guys about, you know, my crafts and hearing what you're all up to. And I uploaded the footage onto my laptop into the video editor, and I looked like, you know, it was like an old, you know, like a Charlie Chaplin movie. It was sepia yellow, and the movie played perfectly on my phone, on my laptop when I double clicked, and I played in the media player. Great saturation, really good definition. And even I put overlays. You would have seen when I mentioned Instagram, Facebook, etc. I put little overlays on top of the footage. Clarity, perfect. I tried lots and lots of things. Lawrence reached out to the support people for the video editor. I don't know if it's the phone. I don't know. All the vlog footage loaded perfectly. I've edited it thus far. So I can only assume, the only conclusion is that the video was too long. Maybe the processor couldn't handle it. I don't know. It was an hour. So what I'm going to do, I'll just explain to you, is I'm going to try and keep the podcast. I'm going to break it into sections, and maybe when I've finished a segment, I'll just stop it and start recording again, you know, just pick up where I stopped speaking. I don't know. And if well, if it's worked, we're sat here, you know, having a chat together and you're watching me. And if it didn't work, well, I've been waffling to myself yet again. So I'm letting you know. You didn't need to know that, but I am letting you know, because I've made notes, but I'm hoping that my brain fog doesn't tell me as I'm saying something, Don, you've just told them that, and it's not sort of reaching back to 2 days ago. So I'm hoping my notes will keep me on track. Anyway, I'm really thirsty. I bought this lovely old vintage style mug when Lawrence and I went to Gouda, which is, I think in England you say Gouda, where the famous cheese is from. We went there in the winter a couple of months ago, and I saw this mug and I fell in love with it. So I'm drinking a very hot, boring instant coffee, a Nescafe. Not sponsored, not it's not an ad, not gifted. I wish Nescafe would sponsor me. Wouldn't that be something? Anyway, shall we dive in? I think I've done all the admin stuff. I have. Oh, what I'll also tell you as well, just so you know, in case you're like, no, not for me. In this episode, I've got some knitting talk, crochet, sewing, diamond painting, and quite a bit of incoming. You'll know why when I'm going to jump into the life updates. Ta-da! So yeah, I had one of the main reasons that I had a big break is I can't remember if when I filmed the last podcast, if my mum and Estelle had been or left. Estelle's one of my sisters. I can't remember. So they were here, had a fantastic visit. It was William's, my youngest son's 18th birthday. Such a lovely time. And then they left, and I don't remember if I told you this on the last podcast, but anyway. And then I filmed a podcast in March, and I gave you a little tour of my newly revamped craft room. I have had a big reorg. So if you are new, if you go back into the previous videos, if you fancy a little nosy, it's very tiny, it's the box room, but you know, it's always good to have a poke in somebody else's craft room, isn't it? And then unfortunately, if you watch the vlog, you'll know I came down with the flu again, and from Christmas until probably the end of February, I had a horrible respiratory virus, which I'm still not entirely over it. So the fact that I got another flu in March was really, it wiped me. I carried on vlogging. I mean, you know, you can put a smile on for 5 or 10 minutes, just have a chit chat, can't you? But on the whole, you know, I wasn't well, and I'm dealing with some other health issues that we won't go into. So, you know, I was very tired. But the nice things that happened, if you do watch the vlog, Lawrence has got himself another drone. He had one years and years ago, but he didn't really use it, so he's got another one. And in between my mum and Estelle visiting and a couple of weeks ago, we were in full-on flower season here in the Netherlands. With his drone, we filmed the tulip fields, we filmed the hyacinths, we filmed the daffodils. Just beautiful. So if you fancy having a look at that, go back. There's a few of the vlogs. You'll see on the thumbnail when I've included flower footage, there'll be a little image of it in the thumbnail, so you'll know. And then I really enjoy that editing process. So, you know, I stitch it all together, a bit of drone footage, a bit of camera footage, and put some nice music on over it. So I'm really quite proud of the footage we did for the flower season. And then, as I mentioned, it's boating season. We have a little motorboat. It's called in the Netherlands a sloop. That's what it's called. I think you can fit 5 adults, and it's still okay. 6, it's a bit too cozy. but you can stand up and walk around on it, and you know, we've got a sun deck on it, and you know, we have little picnics. So we've been out on the boat a lot, really a lot, and the weather here at the moment is fantastic. That really helps me, you know. It's very good for, you know, it's like mindfulness, it's like therapy. It's just wonderful. If you don't have a boat or access to water, if you're ever, you know, if you're ever in an area that there's a boating lake and you get a chance to do a little boat trip or hire a boat, you know, I can't recommend it enough. Water is one of the best things to, you know, for stress. Being on the water, being around water, the noise of water. So yeah, it's come at a perfect time for me. And then something else fun. Last year I bought tickets and I forgot about them. It was okay, I realised in time, that I had tickets to go and see a British stand-up comedian, John Bishop, who's from Liverpool. Both Lawrence and I really, really like him. Lawrence said, let's make a night of it. So we went for dinner. It was in Amsterdam, and then we went to the show. I'm not going to lie, I was tired for a good few days afterwards. It was a lot, but it was fantastic. He was amazing. Such a cracking comedian. And also, it was the last show of his 1 year tour. So that was really special. And then, fanfare, the highlight since the last podcast was my lovely bestie Jeanette, who's from Crafty Close Creations and Crafty Close Journals, came over to stay with me. It's not her first time, she's been before, and I've been away with Jeanette. We had a little a weekend away with Jeanette, Karen, who's Stitches and Jacks, her other friend, and Karen's daughter Laura, and you know, it was just amazing. She was debating, you know, I'll just come for the weekend, and I said, actually, you know, I'm not. If you watch Jeanette, you'll know she's also been, you know, just, you know, life struggles and stuff. So I said, if you can come longer, then we're not rushing, and we've got some time to rest and do a few things without, you know, pushing ourselves. So she said, how about a week? Perfect. So she came for I had Jeanette to myself for a whole week. The weather was fantastic and we had the best time ever. There's 2 vlogs about Jeanette's visit. Not completely about, but I mean, obviously I was vlogging, and Jeanette's also got some footage of her time here. We just had the best time. We laughed and laughed till we cried. You know, our sides hurt. You know, we talked and talked and talked and talked to the point that we hardly did any crafting, and Jeanette actually brought a lot of stuff over. I'll talk about that in a while. So yeah, that's and she left in real time last week. Feels like ages ago now. But anyway, I've had a very bumpy road since the last podcast, let's call it that. But and in true podcast style, I thought I'd not made anything, and you know, I'm sat here surrounded by stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I did more than I thought. Right, I'm going to let's pause, and then hopefully there'll be no glitches or anything. I had a quick slurp of my coffee. Okay, knitting. As I said, I'm not doing great at the moment. So things that take a lot of energy from me, i.e. reading a complicated knitting pattern, I've been put on the back burner. I really, really want to have a go at I've got the ranunculus pattern. I did try I tried it once, and it was going great, and then I made the mistake of putting it down for a few weeks, and when I went back to it, my brain was like, what? So I do want to go back to that. I would love to do that. And the Love Note, is it the sweater? Is that by Kingcole Knits? I forget now. I really want to make that. When I went to Yarndale a couple of years ago, Karen was wearing hers. It was beautiful. So, but I've just, you know, it's a sensible decision. Even if you really, really want to do something, know your boundaries drawn, know your limits. So I've just been doing small things. I'm delighted to announce that my sock Joe has, you know, slowly come back. Did I show you in the last podcast? I think I did. I'd finished a pair of socks. It's the first one in about 6 months, and I think I'd cast on another pair. Anyway, I've done one. It's a bit baggy on the blocker. It's actually for Lawrence. Well, Jeanette saw it and she said that's a bit small for Lawrence, but actually there's a lot of stretch in it, and it gives a nice snug fit. It's a cast on 72 yes, 72 in the round. I knit magic loop, and I haven't got the ball band. I'm very sorry, but it will be in either the last episode or the one before. It is Alize. I'm very fond of Alize, and it's very easy to get hold of here in Holland. Yeah, so I knitted one, and then I've got another one which I have. I knit cuff down. Oh my gosh, cuff down. So I've turned everything heel, flap, and gusset, a 2x2 rib. It's just, you know, my go-to vanilla pattern, and now I'm just on the foot part, which is going to take a while. I don't normally knit a 72 stitch sock. For myself, I do a 64, and I was a bit worried it would be a bit baggy on him on his ankles, but it fits lovely. So there's no rush on them. They're for winter. I haven't really been on a lot of car journeys, so I'm kind of saving these for a car journey, but there's none kind of coming up at the moment. With our boat being in the water, and also I've just not been feeling very sociable lately. You know, I've been a little bit of a homebody, which is fine. So yes, sock number 2, well on the way. And then you'll know that for quite a few years now, I do the knit along. It's a Cal that Garlane, who's a kitchen sink shop, does. You sign up to her newsletter and you get a free dishcloth pattern every month, and in recent years she's been doing a free recipe as well, and there's always a theme. This year's theme, I think it's musicals, I think it is, and stupidly, and you think because I'm recording this for the second time and I forgot to do it again, I forgot to write down the names of the dishcloths, but I know the month. I'm knitting mine from stash. Some of them are in double knit, some of them are in fingering. It's whatever colour I like, and I think it goes with the pattern. So this is March. No, it's not. This is April. Sorry, this is April's. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed knitting on that, and the front and back, it's beautiful. It's so nice. I did block it, which I don't normally do, just with my hand steamer, just so you could see, because it was like corrugated cardboard, and I just wanted to really see, oh, the stitch definition. So nice, lovely. And again, this is stash. I don't know where it's from. It's really nice. I think I might have knitted another cloth from this, I can't remember. And this, I should have blocked it, because this is the May dishcloth. Garlane actually says in the instructions, aggressively block it. And I have not, because I was, I just wanted to show you. So I'm not aggressively or gently blocked anything. But this is the April. So I think she means that you have to really, so you can see. So it's just a plain garter stitch, and my tension's a bit off in places, so it would have done with a block. I mean, it's a dishcloth. I would only block it to show you guys, and then I would never block it again. I don't actually use them. I just like the process. I don't know if the camera's picking this up. It's like a lovely pastel, like a baby blue, a baby boy blue. You know, that pastel. It's beautiful. So, yeah, I've done a bit of knitting. I've done what I feel capable of doing, let's put it that way, but I've thoroughly enjoyed them. These dishcloths, if you're just feeling you just need a little bite of something, just to sort of keep your hand in, and also if you don't knit for a while, your tension goes a bit off. It takes you a bit to get into your rhythm, and I find that with crochet too. So I can't recommend these enough. And if you want to go back, I think you can buy like the whole set of the years on her Ravelry, or her website. So yeah, that's the knitting bit done. How are we doing? 5 minutes. I think we can safely go into a bit of crochet. Although I've got some exciting things with crochet. I've shown you in the last podcast that I was crocheting Rosebud. I've since stitched her up. She's got a little face. She looks a bit sad. I don't like her head. I find her a bit lopsided, but it is what it is. I'm not redoing her now. She might benefit from whiskers. I put a little bow on her. I'm hoping this is showing up nicely, because when I filmed the last podcast, this was showing like it was reflective, and it's not showing that now to me. So I'm hoping that's a good sign. I haven't got the ball band, but I think this is Kingcole Yummy, I think. And Jeanette actually bought me all the balls for this for my birthday. Oh, I nearly dropped her. And I made my sister Estelle one. She's very floppy. I could strengthen her, but actually she's a lop-eared. I love the floppiness of her. Yeah, Jeanette bought me this for my birthday and a blanket pattern, and it was beautiful. But then I'd made this for my sister, and I was like, oh, another bunny in this would look amazing. I think it's a free pattern. I can't remember who it's by, but again, I'll try and remember to put a link in it, and if not, in episode 28, the link will be there. But yeah, really, really happy with her. She is fantastic, and the chenille is beautiful. I think her eyes could have done with being a bit bigger. I would not give this to a child with safety eyes. It would all have to be hand stitched, and also I would do a neck. She's a bit gappy, and I would do, you know, several times around that neck to reinforce her. But yeah, I'm thrilled to bits with her. She's lovely. At the moment, she's just sat in my craft room looking at me. I don't know if she looks a bit serious or she's just very quiet. Rosebud's a very quiet lady. She doesn't want any fuss. So what next? Oh yes, bit more amigurumi. Look at me. I think I've shown you the pattern in the last podcast that I was going to do it. Sorry, I'm choking. I think there's a bit of Rosebud's fluff floating around. Do excuse me. I'd shown you I was going to make this pattern, and it's almost finished, and I just can't wrap my head around finishing it, and I don't know why. It's just something, I don't know, and it's like super easy. Jeanette saw it while she was here, and I said, just cast this on, you're going to love it. And I think Jeanette will probably be finished before I am. But one of my favourite paintings of all time is The Milkmaid by Vermeer. I've actually seen it in real life. I actually went to the Rijksmuseum, which is in Amsterdam, where they have the Old Master Gallery. And we went in COVID, so there was no tourists. You had to go by appointment. And Lawrence and I, honestly, the hairs just stand on the back of my neck, you know, when I think about it. I did film it, but I mean, COVID, it's a while ago, and we had the whole Grand Master Gallery to ourselves, and I could see the brush strokes in the painting. It was phenomenal. And so much so, Lawrence bought me an oleograph, I think it's called, oleograph, which is basically a printed reproduction of the painting. It's hung up in my toilet of all places. So anyway, this is a pattern by Crystal Crooked, yeah? She's a Dutch designer, and she started doing her newer patterns in English. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? So all I've got to do is a bit of embroidery on her face, on her front here. One arm, the arm is very clever. She's got a little elbow. So one arm is done. I didn't do it in the exact colours of the pattern, but I think my colours are closer to the actual painting. I went through my stash. So there's the other arm. I just need to finish her sleeve, stitch her on, do her milk jug, and then she's finished. So I don't know why I'm just procrastinating on that. Isn't it strange? I had the same with Rosebud. She was almost done, and I just was procrastinating. But anyway, I thought I'd show you the progress. Hopefully next time have a chat with you. She's finished, and you'll be going, finally, it's took you about half a year to do that done. But I have been busy doing other things. So whilst Jeanette was here, she really wanted to visit. I have on a Friday at a local market. I have a guy on there. It used to be him and his mum, and it's a wool stall. He's called the Wool Man, and he's ever so helpful. And I've got really friendly with him over the years. And he doesn't knit or crochet. I think he can, but he doesn't. But he's very knowledgeable. And he always has things out on the stand. So Jeanette said, oh, I'd really like to go to his stand. So I said, of course. He had a lovely day, beautiful weather. And whilst we were there, we were looking at there was a table with what we thought were scapias whorls, sorry, scapias, sheepies if you can't say scapias. I actually have a little short video about that, how to pronounce it properly and what it means, and it's not what you think it means. So, and then he said, oh, this is crocheted from it, and there was a beautiful shawl hung up, and Jeanette and I both went, oh, we gasped, and we were looking, and you know, this is a terrible confession, I have actually thrown a whole Scapia's whorl away, and they cost 25-26 euro over here. I don't know how much they cost where you are. I love Scapias. Nearly, I think 80% of the cotton I do have is from Scapias. I like their wool, I have fun stuff, I like the stonewash, I love them. The whorl, it's so splitty, and it's squeaky on the hook. Sorry, that's me rattling. I don't enjoy it. And but we couldn't, they were just sort of sat, we were looking down and then we weren't looking at the label, and then we saw, and I said, oh, I love that colour. And then he said, oh, the shawl is crocheted from that. It was a blue colour. And we both said, oh, and then he said, oh, but it's not Scapia's, it's Alize. And we were like, what? 10 euros cheaper cotton, or so we thought, but it's not, it's acrylic, 100% acrylic. It's oh, it should have done with something incoming, but whilst we're talking, I'm going to show you what I have been making with it, because I'm going to make the same again in this next. It's called, where are you? 100% microfiber. So it's acrylic. It's absolutely beautiful to crochet with. It's called Silky Effect Alize Diva Ombre Batik. This is like an beige cream olivey green, the ombre, and if you're interested, this colour is 7374, that shade, but that's not what I've been crocheting on. Jeanette's already shown hers on a podcast. I bought the pink, which if you're interested is colour 7367, and we both decided we're doing the what is it called? South Bay Shawl. I think it's South Bay Shawl. I'm ever so sorry. I'm going to put a link to it below. It's a free line brand pattern, and the one that was hung up went from light to dark, so we wanted to do that. We got a bit of yarn bath, and there's not a tag in the middle like there is with Scapias. So it was we've both had a few moments where we've had to unknot things, but because it's the silky effect, if you shake it, 90% of the knots, or you know, the tangle will fall away, and then you can just get to the little, it's usually when it's looped on itself, so I wouldn't let it put you off. Or you can just do it from dark to light, which would also look stunning, but we both wanted to do the light to dark. So this is the shawl in the pink shade. Let me take my glasses off, I only need that for reading tiny letters, and you can see, look, I'm sorry, I'm covering my face, look at that. I don't know if the camera is picking it up. If I fold the dark onto the light, you can see what it goes from. So the light is like this very, very cute, like a very, very pale bubblegum or candy floss colour, and it goes this beautiful cerise. Now I'm almost finished with this. I was thinking to do buy another one, and then so it would be like dark to light, continue it. But I think when it's blocked, it's actually going to be quite big, and it's a Shawlette. So isn't it lovely? I'm playing yarn chicken at the moment because I don't think I've got enough left to do the final row. I can tell you because it's a 2-row repeat. We're doing for time. It's literally, you work, one row is posts and V's. So Jeanette and I had a lot of trouble with understanding the written pattern. I'll tell you about that in a second. But it's 3 stitches, 3V, 3V, and then the row before is 7, so you make like this shell, 7, or a cluster, 7 1 7 1. That was the mantra we got going on. I found a tutorial, a step-by-step tutorial here on YouTube. I think it's called I think the lady's Kiki Crochet, and she literally holds your hand very clearly through the entire shawl. So I'm going to try and remember to put a link to Kiki Crochet, the tutorial, if you want to do this. I think it is a South Bay shawl, because, I mean, download the pattern by all means, but you can just get going with this. She does the setup row and everything. It's beautiful. So I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to shop from my stash, because the very last row is it's a bit of a yarn gobbler, the last row. You have to finish on the 7-1-7-1, and in the middle of the 7 it's a little picot, and this isn't enough, because even just one side now is like this length. So this isn't going to cut it. So I'm going to see if I can try and match it from my stash, or I don't know what I'll do. Incidentally, this is in a Crafty Clegs Creations bag. Jeanette brought this over for me. Isn't it beautiful? We both agreed. She gave it to me because it reminded both of us of Dutch houses. But it's just so spring and summery. It's got this gorgeous little dangly charm on it. And look at that little sprig of lavender. Isn't that lovely? It's just so cheerful when I pick it up. It's got Tim's famous knots. So when Jeanette really thoroughly spoilt me. She was very naughty. And I opened that, and then when I started the shawl, I went, oh, it's got to go in the bag. Because I was walking around with it in a plastic bag for days. I don't know what I was thinking. And then I think Jeanette's got her shawl in one of my bags. So that was really cute. Honestly, we were like school children. And she also, I wasn't sure if I had a 3. Now, I think it calls for a 3.5. And we were debating. The guy at the wall stall said you could either do anything between a 3 and a 5. So we both went for a 3.25. Jeanette treated me to this while we were there. She was very naughty. She just jumped in and said, I'm paying for it. I think I was naughty. I bought her the wool. That was it. I said, no, this is a gift from me. And then she got one back from me and went, right, well, I'm buying the hook. Like, it's so funny. I think she went for a clover or a tulip, and this is a Knit Pro. I don't know. I like, if I'm doing like a 2.25, 2.5, then I like the grip, the clover more, or the tulip, but anything bigger, I like the stick. Yeah, and the reason we bought was I wasn't sure if I had a 3.25 in my stash, and I haven't checked actually thinking about it. I should have done. But anyway, I think that's the crochet. Yes, that's all the crochet. So I'm going to just pause again. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And then next coming up is some sewing. Had another slurp off camera. Shouldn't be too long because it's gone really sunny here. Although we're expecting a cooler day. We've had like mid-20s this week. I think I even burnt my nose a little bit yesterday. I've just been sitting in my garden, just listening to nature, and you know, pulling out a few weeds, and you know, just very relaxing. But I think yesterday, I don't know what happened. I must have forgotten to put sun cream on. Anyway, so sewing section. I did show in the vlog that I bought this, and I can't remember if I shown it in the last podcast, if I'd already bought it. In the Netherlands, all around the Benelux, I think Germany, I'm not sure France, we've got, it's a little bit like B&M Bargains in the UK. It's called Action. And they have a cracking craft section at the Action. It's fantastic. And I was just walking through, you know, one day, as you do, and I'd seen this. I fancied doing a bit of cross stitch, and I saw this a kit, and it was, I don't remember the price, it was definitely well under €10, probably even under 5. The only thing is, what I didn't like was the quality of the Aida. So I shopped from Stash, and I got my I just snipped a piece of Aida that I already had, and the floss is fine, the needle's fine, the pattern's fine, you know, everything's fine. So I've not done a lot. Oh, I don't know. I'm just, I think because I've been really into working on this. Yeah, I'm on this orange. If you can see the orangey flower. I think because I've really been enjoying crocheting the shawl, my other crafts have kind of took a back seat, but I thought I'd show you anyway. I've had to unpick it a few times, which is also a sign of, Dawn, your brain's not, you know, it's not connecting. You're short wiring yourself. So that's also why I've been a little bit slow on it. But I've really enjoyed the process, I must say. The other thing I did, because it was boating season, I haven't got them here, but I will put a photo here somewhere. Last year, I went to the Lapier's Markt, which is it's a fabric market in Utrecht. It's every Saturday morning, and it's only open until 1 o'clock midday afternoon. And I actually took Jeanette there while she was visiting, and she bought a few goodies. She'll show you them, you know, at some point on her channel. But I bought some fabric for making cushions for the boat, and they've been sat in a bag for over a year, and I've not had the heart to do them. And I thought, you know what, the boat's going in. My old cushions are just, you know, they were on the last legs, and I thought, right, dust off the sewing machine, which is sat here next to you, and I put zips in, and they were panels. I made 4, and they've got zippers in them. I already had the cushions to go inside them, and they're reproduction Dutch post sacks. That's, you know, the fabric. So hopefully you would have seen a photo of them. It's just like a giant zipper pouch. So they were very easy to make, and I couldn't quite get them symmetrical back and front, but I like that they're a little bit off centre. And I thought, you know what, Dawn, if you start overthinking things, you won't do it. So everybody loves them. Jeanette saw them. Lawrence thinks marvellous. All my friends who've seen them think they're wonderful. And I'm really pleased with them. They look so nice on the boat, and they're very comfortable. So that was nice. It's not kind of got me into sewing yet. I mean, I've got behind me in bags, I've got dress patterns all cut out waiting to be sewn. I don't know. It'll get there slowly. But and then because I'm as I said, I'm doing like small mindful things. I thought, you know what, I really fancy doing some EPP, which is English paper piecing, which is basically it's patchwork. So you have a paper piece, like a hexagon, a triangle, whatever the patchwork shape is you want to make, and then you either glue the fabric around it, which is more of a modern method, or you hand tack it, and then when you have all your pieces together, then you hand stitch them to make patchwork, whatever. So I've made one of these before, and I thought, I know just the project. It's a free pattern by Emma Jones, who's the vintage sewing box. Emma is lovely. She's got some beautiful free patterns as well as paid for patterns. I think Jeanette was a pattern tester for one of like a sewing book. It was stunning. But I thought I just fancy doing a little bit of EPP, because it's very small and very slow, and, you know, like mindless sort of stitching. And I thought, well, I'm going to make one of these needle cases from Emma. So these are all the little hexiforms, and I've left the paper in. It's fine. It stiffens them a bit, and it was from Stash. So that's the front, and then I just popped a little hexie on the back. And then if you open it up, and then you can add as many inserts as you want. It's got a piece of felt, and there's a few, not many, because I'm still using my old one that I did a few years ago. But it was just, I love this. It was just such a nice little project. And when I finished it, the satisfaction it gave me was lovely. So if you're new to English paper piecing, I would really recommend you give this a go, because Emma's instructions are very clear. There's all kinds of tutorials, and you know, it doesn't have to, my stitching's not perfect, it doesn't have to be. I like that it looks handmade. So yeah, that was really lovely. The hinge is hand stitched. So you're making hexagons within hexagons. That's pretty much what you're doing. So yeah, I think that's everything on the stitching front. Is it? How we're doing for time? We're okay, I'm back. I don't know if it's suddenly gone brighter in here. That's really weird. But the sun's coming out now. If I'm not quick, and if I can't take another half hour, because I think I'll be like squinting. But anyway, that's so strange. Sorry, I hope that's not a distraction. It's either that or, you know, then you can't see anything I'm doing because I look like Charlie Chaplin. What was it? What was we on for next? Oh, sorry, William popped in, my son. He needed to ask me something. Oh, yes. So the next craft is it's an old hobby that I've come back to. And it's all part of this sort of, you know, mindfulness and no brain and, you know, just things that I feel like I'm doing something creative, but I'm not having to think, you know, or work hard for it. And that's diamond painting or diamond dots. Now, if you've been around for a while, you'll know that I did a few collaborations with a company called One Day Saving, and they were an online craft shop in China, and I had some lovely things from them. Oh, I think I've just scratched a little diamond out of this. Well, anyway, I'll leave it to the side. Yeah, I had silicone molds because I do, you know, I also do like resin art. Yeah, I've had also cross stitch, all kinds of stuff from them. And then I had this kit, and as I was clearing everything out, I found it again. I had started it. I stuck it on a board for now because it was all crinkled and rolled up, and I've literally with my ring just caught one of the diamonds, and I can't see where it's come out from. That's very weird. Anyway, I'm just going to show you. So this is it. It's a bee. It could have done with being a bit longer, having a bit of a white border around it. That's a bit of a shame. But anyway, you know, that's where the pattern ended. So I've just stuck it on a board. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. It is lovely. I really like it. And obviously it's a bee, which is the symbol of Manchester, where I'm from. And I'm very fond of bees. So I finished that kit off. I hadn't actually done that much on it, to be honest with you. So, you know, it was worth, it felt like a new kit to me, really. So I did that, and then I was like, I really enjoyed it. I want to do something else. And then I remembered in Stash, I had this greeting card. I think I might have bought this from the Action, I don't know. And it's a sloth. And very, very, I mean, this took not even an hour. And it, you know, I can, oh, sorry, it's the wrong way around. There you go. It's just a plain greeting card. I could give it to somebody. The envelope's a bit squashed now, but it's fine. But it was just really, I can sit downstairs as well in the evening in front of the TV and do it as well. It's just really, and then I was like, I want to do some more. And again, in the Action, actually, I think that card was from the Zanos years ago. I was in the Action. I'm sorry, it suddenly seems really bright, this camera. This is so weird. I'm going to be a bit annoyed now if I'm half dark, if I'm dark in one half of the film and then light in the other. I can't do anything about it though. It's because I keep having to stop and start. And also I've got a Samsung S24, and I had a forced update the other day, which also could have caused a problem because it's just been playing up ever since. Anyway, let's just see how it goes. If I'm in the dark, you know, hopefully you're mostly just listening to me waffle, and just now and again you look up. Anyway, waffle. So from the Action, they had these nice mandalas, and I didn't like most of the colours, but this one had caught my eye. It's got the turquoise in it, so I bought that. It's got cotton all over it because, you know, I have been sewing boat cushions, and so I've done that. I am going to hang that up in my craft room somewhere, probably on the wall here. It will go nicely with the turquoise and the pinks. And then I was like, oh, I really, really want to continue doing diamond painting. So then I went to the Zanos, which is another kind of budget store in the Netherlands, and they had Vermeer painting, the girl with the pearl earring, and I thought, oh well, that's a bit of me. And this is a little bit bigger, and you can see, if you've never done it before, I'm sorry, it's got cellophane on it. It comes with the cellophane on to, because it's all sticky underneath, and then it'll have a chart next to it, and you'll get a little, because if you're interested and you just fancy being crafty, but you're not really in a good headspace at the moment, you get a little kit. They're all standard. A little kit. You get a little tray with grooves in it. You get a little piece of wax, and you get a stylus, and sometimes you'll get tweezers, and then I've got one here. This is an old stylus. And then usually you can put attachments. So you get, this is to do what, pick up one dot. And then all you do, you just, in the wax, and then you're just making it a little bit sticky. Or you can do you can get like really big ones to do like big long lines of diamond dotting. I rarely use that. I don't mind the dot dot dot. So then you just keep now and again, you know, when it's not picking up so well. And then the little stones, which I just had one and now I don't know where it is. They're all over the house. That's the thing. The little stones, they're either round or square. How can I show you this? Would it show up on here? I don't know if it would. Can you? I don't know if you can see that. If you can just make that out, one side is very flat. The flat side is what sticks to the image. So you pick them up. Can't get that. Yeah. So you pick them up. You see, you pick it up like so. And then you transfer it, stick it over. This is just, it's the same method that jewellers use, exactly the same, to pick up diamonds. And then all the packages come in in a strip, all the ones I've ever done, the kits all seem the same. They come in a long strip, and then they'll have a number or a code or a symbol on them. And then you literally just match the code up to the side. And then you just, you know, sit and dab, you know, pick, stick, pick, stick, pick, stick. It's lovely. The only thing, you can get a neck ache with it. So if I'm feeling it a little bit like my neck's bothering me, I'll do it here at this table. So you could do it at a dining table, and then I just support my head. I just sit like this and it's just, I find when I do it, I clear my head. I'm not busy with thoughts. And it's just super relaxing. So yeah, that's really, you know, an old but new again craft that I'm thoroughly enjoying. I really can't say how much I'm enjoying that. It's helping me a lot. So I think that's it on the crafty front. I've got a lot of incoming to talk about and share with you. So I think I'm just going to pause again and let's see if we're light or dark. I don't know. I really apologise about this. Now on the camera I look light. I don't know. We'll have to see. So Jeanette came to visit me laden down with goodies. She was ever so naughty. However, they were all gratefully received. So I'm just going to... I'm not showing you everything. Tim, her hubby Tim, also sent loads and loads of chocolate, because it's really hard to find orange flavoured chocolate over here, and that's my favourite. So I'm really ashamed to say I've ate it all. I've ate it all. I'm sorry. There, I said it. Now I do know Jeanette went to a craft fair a while ago, and I'd seen her talking about these, and I didn't register that one of them was for me. And I don't know if it was from a yarn festival she went to in Leeds, or was it Yarndale? I think it was Leeds, maybe. And so she's got me. It's a wine beaker. It's handmade pottery. It's beautiful. Look at all the speckling in it, and it's obviously crochet all day. I love it, love it. However, it is. Where is my? I haven't got my crochet hook. It is a really good size for crochet hooks. So I'm tempted to use it as a crochet hook holder, because then I'll probably have it downstairs sat next to me all day, you know, and when I'm crocheting I can see it, because it just makes me so happy. And if I remember rightly, Lucy Locketland, who she has a store in the UK. It's definitely, I think it's the northeast of England, and she's always at the craft fairs, the big yarn festivals, and her kits are fantastic. When I went to Yarndale, I actually I got these. Jeanette actually gifted them me for my birthday. These little red shoes. This is Tulip, who I've been sewing. I've done a bit on Tulip's house, but not much. So when I've done a bit more, I'll show you. So these little shoes are from Lucy Locketland. Incidentally, I've left them downstairs. Jeanette bought me a brown pair as well over. So I need to get making Daddy Mouse soon. And I think Lucy's daughter is a potter, a ceramicist, is it? So apparently Lucy's daughter makes these. I don't know. She did say who but I don't remember. But yeah, I'm thrilled to bits with that. And then the plan was to do lots of crafting together, and because we just talked and talked for a whole week, and we cast on 2 things we hadn't planned. That, you know, Jeanette, the little amigurumi doll, and the shawl. Nothing else got done. However, one of the things that, and she's left them both for me, on Jeanette's Crafty Cloaks Journal channel, she did a whole, I think it was a few part series about deconstructing what are they called? Is it a composition notebook? And it was fascinating. I am a bit of a paper crafter. I have made journals in the past, but it's not like my main hobby. But when Jeanette said we can do, you know, we'll make a mini one together, I was like, oh, fantastic. It was mega exciting. So because it was a quick project, Tim kindly chopped one in half. So we're going to do a mini one each. Well, they're still in the bag. And Jeanette left both the halves for me. So, but I will follow her tutorial. The one she made is beautiful. I was very excited. But anyway, these are all, I can have kits in my stash for years, and I do eventually get round to them, and I save all these kits, like, you know, the bumblebee diamond kit. I've had that for years, you know, so these things will always get used at some point. When I'm just in the mood for something, it's like, oh, I've got something for that. Now, the other thing she shared, she's also got this, is this, it's by House of Sandra felt pattern, and it's an Oswald. We think he's a goose. We think he is. But he could also be a duck. And she brought all the felt for me. So we're going to make that together as well. Isn't he adorable? Oh my gosh. He looks a bit blue on this, but I think he's grey. I can't remember. I think, or she's given me, or is he black? Maybe it's black. I don't know. It's beautiful. So that's on the side to do. Now, Jeanette, if you know Jeanette, she used to work at her, she has a craft shop quite local to her. I think it's like everything. I think it's predominantly quilting and fabric, but you can buy wool and kits and everything. It's called the Bobbin Patch. And Jeanette's friend Angela is the owner of it. And I've never met Angela, but I feel like I know her. I think we all do. Because she talks about Angela all the time in the Bobbin Patch. And she filmed in there quite a few weeks ago now, probably a couple of months ago. And this caught my eye. And I know Angela sells kits. I have actually got a kit from Angela's that Jeanette gifted me one Christmas, and it's an embroidery kit. And again, it's in my craft kit drawer in here. And I think if I get my cross stitch done, I might be like feeling back into the embroidery, because I've got loads. I want to do like beaded embroidery. But anyway, waffle. I'd seen this on the shelf, and my eyes lit up, and I was thinking, do I ask Jeanette if she could buy one of them for me and bring it over? And then I clean forgot. She only came with the exact kit that I fell in love with. I hope you can see it's in cellophane. Isn't that just beautiful? Country Keepsakes, Griselda, I think, is it Gopt? Can't read that. It's like scrolly writing. Everything is in it. The only thing, you have to paint her face, which I love doing. I love painting on fabric. It's such a great effect. But you've got to be confident, you know, because once you start painting, you can't really get it off. But I'm thrilled to bits with that. So yeah, when I opened it, I actually gasped, because it was the exact kit that I'd seen on her video. And then this is something we were going to do together. So Jeanette's got one. We're going to do them together, but separately. That makes sense. Beautiful. This is the Poco drawstring pouch crochet pattern by Cotton Pod. Isn't that lovely? What a sweet little make that is. And you get 2 balls of stone wash in it. And I'm going to show you, take it out. And the pattern, yeah, it's the stone washed XL. And then you get the base, which is this lovely really thick felt with and it's pre-punched. Hurrah, because that's one of the things that puts me off doing things like this, is like measuring out the spaces with your holes, so that it's done for you. It's mindless. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. It seems really sweet. Obviously I'm not going to show you too much, but this is the front cover of it, so you can have a look if you want. And then I don't know, maybe you want to make it along. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. Oh, that's so cute. Sorry, I was distracted then. I was like, what's that on the ribbon through the bag? Scapia's ribbon. Oh, that's so lovely. How nice is that? I've literally just noticed that. Sorry, you see how my brain's going at the moment. And then again, adorable. I have got as most crafters do, I have got a lot of you know, accessories for crafting. So when I opened these, my heart just skipped a beat, because I've seen these but I don't own any. It's by a company called Herdy. So she brought me over the Stitch Marker 6-pack. I'm trying to tilt it for the plastic. How gorgeous are they? Gorgeous. And the bookmarker set. I love that one with the little backpack on. Isn't that cute? I love them all. Oh, and I tell you, these are really handy for if you're working out of a book. Like, have I got one to hand? I always have a book here somewhere. Oh yeah, I was looking through this the other day. Now, if you want to favourite things in a book, everybody's got this, haven't they? And then they're really handy because you can just leave them in. So it's not just for reading book. They're great for your craft books. So I was thrilled to bits with that. But that's not all. I mean, I'm not even showing you all of it. She's so naughty. I think I moved the camera then. She left this. I did a quick sort of mom sweep around her bedroom just literally before she was leaving, and she'd left some things, and I said, oh, Jeanette, you forgot these. And then she said, well, I've packed, and I'm packed full. She said, I'm just going to leave it here. I'll do it myself when I get home. She said, but you have it. And I'd seen this on when she did a video of her packing what she was going to bring. So it's this toadstool needle book, and by Cassie Barden, and she'd cut everything out ready to stitch it up. She's even laminated all the pattern pieces. She's so good. And she said, here, you have it. So I was like, are you sure? And she said, yeah, it's no work for me to just re-snip it out again. So I was thrilled to bits with that, because that falls under, you know, these sort of little slow stitching things. So I'm going to put that next to the sofa where I sit. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there, because there was all kinds of little bits and bobs. She brought me some lovely copies of Daphne's Diary, which is a beautiful like an aesthetic journal kind of book. You know, it's got all just to look at, but also you can snip the papers out and stuff for journaling. She brought me loads of stuff over. She was very naughty. She really spoilt me, and just her coming over was a gift in itself. So I'm eternally grateful. We had the best time. Really, you have to go and watch the vlogs. Hilarious. We had some funny moments, I can tell you. And then there's just one other incoming, and I've scoured the house. I'm going to put a picture up here of it. This was a total surprise. I've spoke about it on the vlog. I've carried him all around the house. I've shown him to all my friends, and now I don't know where I last left him. But I received this mystery package in the post, and it was, if you watch Helen, who's Mousy Makes Pod here on YouTube, at the moment Helen's knitting from a book. I think it's called Victorian Cats, and they're just amazing. They're fabulous. And she knitted some miniature ones from the book, and she knitted me a Daxter. So if you're new, I lost my very fluffy ginger tomcat Daxter in December, not shortly before Christmas. And we were just devastated, the whole family. And you know, a lot of viewers were also quite upset because, well, you know, if you've lost a pet yourself, it kind of brings back memories. But also, he was like a massive feature in my vlog. You know, he was always in my vlog. He was always making an appearance and funny stories and stuff. So as a surprise, Helen had knitted me a little orange Daxter. And he's been in Tulip's house. Then he was in my doll's house. Then he was actually in my cupboard where Daxter's ashes currently are because we don't know what to do with him. And he keeps showing him to people, and I've put him down somewhere, so I can't physically show you him. Rest assured, he's probably gone wandering. It strikes me that he'd have the nature of the real Daxter. But I would have put a picture here and said that was a massive surprise. I would never attempt to knit something like that. Helen is so talented. The things that she can knit. I mean, she does a lot of the Cynthia Varley knitted animals. My gosh, I mean, they're stunning, but wow. You know, that's a stretch too far for me. I don't think I'd have the courage to tackle a pattern like that. But yeah. And then there was one last thing I thought I'd show you. So as well as buying treating us to the yarn, I couldn't resist. I bought a piece of fabric from the Lapier's Mark. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but Jeanette and I saw it, we both gasped. We went, oh! So it's like this beautiful, like, canvas sardine cans on a blue and white striped background. Oh my gosh, they are, oh, we were both, I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing with it, but I need a piece of that. And Jeanette was just like, me too. So watch her space. I don't know, maybe she might have something coming up soon, you know, at some point. She'll show you. I mean, she's a fantastic sewer. And she makes bags and, you know, notion pouches and stuff. So who knows? Go watch her channel to keep an eye on that. But yeah, I think that's everything now. So apart from, you know, finishing the shawl, the pink shawl, casting on the one for myself because the pink shawl's a gift, and a bit of hand stitching, and just, you know, I'm just focusing on just doing very slow things and not putting pressure on myself to make things. So hopefully you'll see me in less than 4 weeks. If it is a bit longer, you know, head on over to the vlog and you can see what I've been up to. But yeah, you know, don't worry about me. I'm okay. It's just I might have, you know, longer or shorter spells in between the podcasts, but that's how it is at the moment. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please could you hit the subscribe button? That would be marvellous. And it tells the YouTube algorithm gods that you are happy with my content, what you saw. And if you can hit the like button, that would also help. And if you want to say hello in the comments, I read every single one. I love to hear where you're from, how you found the channel, what crafty things you've been doing, what did you enjoy from mine. And hopefully I'll be back in the not too near distance, is that the right word to say? I don't know, I've waffled out. I'm gonna go. Take care, stay safe, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.